Ethiopia is endowed with abundant livestock resources. This puts Ethiopia as number one in Africa for its livestock population. Maximizing the economic benefits from its rich livestock resources is crucial for Ethiopia's national development. The leather industry is among the industries that have the potential to hugely benefit from the abundant resources. Understanding this, the government has been working with various development partners to make this a reality. Accordingly, Mojo state-of-the-art laser manufacturing facility and a renovated satellite laboratory was inaugurated to spearhead Ethiopia's laser industry and foster sustainable employment opportunities. The project is a collaborative initiative funded by the European Union and implemented by the United Nations Industrial Development Organization, UNIDO, with technical support by the Ministry of Industry.
UNIDO's contribution bridges the gap between potential and opportunity. The machinery and the training provided will not only equip our job seekers with modern skills, but also stimulate local industries, fostering innovation and self-reliance. Mojo City is not only a hub of logistics and industry, but also a center of talent and resilience. With UNIDO's partnership, we are unlocking new horizons for our workforce.
Today's event is a sort of inauguration on some main assets that the project funded by the European Union is put up, established. Starting with assistance to improving slaughtering of animals in order to make sure that the raw material, hides and skins, are properly flayed and slaughtered for the tanneries, for the Coda Fabbrica. And then, we have seen some assistance provided to the Coda Fabbrica in conducting testing, both physical and chemical, for leather and leather products. So we have a satellite laboratory of the leather and leather products development center, former known as LIDI, is the Leather Institute.
This event is a part of our partnership with the government of Ethiopia in promoting different subsectors, including of course leather and the leather products subsector. So we have been implementing a project called LISEC with the financial support from European Union for the last 5 years. Now we are reaping the result of efforts for the last 5 years. So as we see, we have established this manufacturing facility under the project to serve as a model for many SMEs, engaged in production of leather and leather products.
This is a project called LISAC, which is Leather Initiative Sustainable Employment Creation Project, which is already followed by UNIDO. Technical support is already, the project is owned by UNIDO, funded by European Union. As you know, Mojo is already endowed. Mojo is the center of leather sectors, leather industries. They try to initiate this idea. For employment creation, leather is one of the area we should intervene. So as you know, Ethiopia is endowed with cattle product, goat product, and a sheep animal.
The newly inaugurated modern manufacturing facility and the upgraded satellite laboratory are anticipated to significantly enhance the production capabilities of local enterprises, improve the quality standards of leather goods, and facilitate greater access to both domestic and international markets.
You have to know that the Coda industry in Ethiopia is a very important sector. And Ethiopia has the largest animal population, in Africa and among the most numerous populated in the world, although it is not fully utilized to the extent. So we are trying to make sure that this is this is somehow better utilized. And today also we are inaugurating these small SME facilities. That is a cooperative of young people in this region, particularly targeting the area of Mojo, because Mojo is known to be a sort of hub for the Koda industry in Ethiopia.
I think we need to see it in combination with the slaughterhouse we visited earlier, with the laboratory. You see, so laser products they are produced following the laser value chain. So along with the value chain you can have quite different challenges. So starting from the raw hides and skins, up to the finished laser product. So what UNIDO is trying to do is, as an UN agency, mandated with an inclusive and sustainable industrial development, we're trying to establish the whole value chain. Keeping the quality of the raw materials, and reaching the manufacturing facility, and then to produce quality product. So that value chain should be closed, should be supported, so that quality product can be achieved at the end of the value chain. This product can be sold domestically. This can also be exported and generating foreign exchange for the country.
Mojo is already naturally, most of our tanneries as a country, many tanneries are located in Mojo. We try to specialize laser related job creation in Mojo. So UNIDO study the area and the environment. They try to work on it. Because of that, our today's inauguration is already there is a common facility built for laser implement creation. They are organized as a cooperative. Use and the women's, girls from Mojo and the surrounding. Also there is a satellite laboratory center established here. This satellite laboratory center is already, it's a part of our Manufacturing Industry Development Institute, which is already under our institute. There is a laser and the laser product center. They are mainly focused on research and development, capacity building, giving a laboratory service for our tanneries.
It is said that UNIDO's contribution would bridge existing gaps, and the machinery and training provided will not only equip job seekers with modern skills, but also stimulate local industry.
This is equipped with a modern equipment for both making footwear, so chamma, and all other Koda Vutotuch, so leather products that are done. What is interesting of what is new is that we are a little bit utilizing this approach of a community-based development. So we work very much with the town, with the Ketema, of Mojo in this case, but also we try to give opportunities for mothers, for young single mothers.
The very purpose of having the project focusing on Mojo. Mojo has what we call a natural cluster of laser companies and tanneries for many years. So now what the plan is to make Mojo a very attractive place for laser manufacturing. So that other tanneries and laser manufacturers from elsewhere can also be resettled in Mojo, and in doing so to have a sustainable kind of production methodology. You see, so tanneries and laser companies, as you see, in Addis and elsewhere, they, it's very difficult because they are also at the same time polluting, the neighborhood. So laser is a chemical intensive. It requires a chemical intensive process. So in doing so, this pollution occurs, whether you like it or not. So, but by having a module, a city in Mojo, what we call a laser district, we can help these companies to have a common effluent treatment plant, so that the discharge of the water, the discharge can be treated and be reused, recycled. Then we can have a sustainable way of benefiting from the laser subsector in the country.
This satellite laboratory center is already, since we are in Addis, we are from Addis, more than 16 kilometers here. Since there are many tanneries and the laser products are located in Mojo, this satellite laboratory center is very important to serve them in terms of different tests as presented by the experts in the laboratory center. Physical test is there when out there is a product, shoes product, is it comfortable or it is really as standard for the government, for the set by the government, quality standard set by the government. They try to test physical and liquid waste, wastes from laser, the laser products from tannery. So this is an important milestone for our laboratory test, which is backed up by the Addis laboratory in the labor center.
This landmark initiative underscored a commitment to realizing Ethiopia's aspiration for industrialization and fostering sustainable economic development within the Mojo city, a key center for the nation's laser processing sector.
We are working very closely with the Federal Ministry of Industry and other important ministry, because it's not only one body. It is, you have to work together, everybody together, to make sure that you have a coordinated approach to development. So we are preparing or updating studies, because the greatest dream and where you need to go is to have a leather park. You see, Mojo, there are the majority of tanneries are located in this context, and Mojo, you know, and Koda tannery are also known to be highly pollutant. So it is important that there is a way to address. There is also some champion company, also FDI, like George Shoes in this context. So we are trying to create all what is required to make sure that through policy, of course, and incentives and everything, to make sure that you are benefiting the most from this important raw material that you are rich of. Yeah.
You know, the government of Ethiopia, you know, has prioritized, you know, the manufacturing sector as one of, you know, the very important sector to help with alleviating, you know, poverty, you know, eradicating poverty, and also create job opportunities. And the laser, by its nature, is a labor-intensive, you know, subsector. You see, it requires really, you know, people to deal with the product, you know, to get involved in every process of, you know, for example, shoemaking or making, you know, garments, laser garment. So being a labor intensive subsector, so the laser subsector by default contributes, you know, to the creation of jobs and many jobs also. The jobs are many jobs. They are also jobs for skilled labor. It's not, you know, we're not creating, you know, really ordinary jobs, you know, in the laser subsector. It is skilled jobs, you know, creating not just jobs, but decent jobs. You see, that is the whole purpose.
More than 20 or 30 tanneries located here. The UNIDO and the government of Ethiopia is currently a treatment plant. It is impossible to build a treatment plant for each of them. It is huge investment. So the government tried to intervene. Investing on huge investment, especially for the treatment plant, linkage for market. Not only that one, you know, made in Ethiopia or the Ethiopian tanner have a platform which have a use as a market, especially when the regulation, the government buy from these industries, especially the government, the purchase for the government purpose, they can use that one. Not only this one, also we try to link with international market. There are markets which is supported by UNIDO and other development partners. We try to identify that one. For example, currently there are a number of SMEs located in Bole International Airport. The quality, the production of their quality for international market, we locate them. The airport try to give a location or a plot of land, a plot of shop to that one. They bring dollar for our country as exporter. So, especially the final issue I wanted to inform for you is that there is a new laser development strategy designed by the government. Currently, we try to implement that one. So we bend the problem which encountered our laser factory in the tanneries.
The government of Ethiopia has identified manufacturing sector as one of the 5 economic pillars and working closely with development partners to attract more investors.
We export a lot of laser products. Next to coffee, our export is earned from laser and laser products before 20 years ago. Because of different reasons, this is already deteriorated, and what we gain from the laser is not as we expect. That's why there is a problem, which is the scenario we understand is the international market. And the demand for the organic laser, synthetic materials is already introduced to the market. The competition is come to tough. Currently, we try to initiate. There is a council which is organized by the federal government. The initiative is already industry council. This industry council is trying to identify what problem encountered our industry and try to identify specifically case by case, company by company, the financial issue, the capacity building issue, the land issue. We try to solve most of them. Currently, most of our industry return to operate their production. The Ethiopian Tamer to you now, the Made in Ethiopia initiative is already one of the intervention designed by the government. So based on that initiative, Ministry of Industry and the Manufacturing Industry Development Institute and our center are already follow up. The problem is already identified. Based on this, we try to design a new strategy.
Works are also being underway on import substitution as part of broader development plan aims to reduce the country's reliance on foreign-made goods by encouraging domestic production a wide range of products. This involves identifying key sectors for localized manufacturing and developing capacity-building initiatives to support local businesses.
Currently, we are focusing on import substitution. Laser, if we are endowed with our natural resource, cattle, number of cattle, we are number one in Africa. So this is located in the center of Mojo. We try to replicate a common facility. This is a common facility, especially for small and medium enterprises. It is impossible to give a laser facility for all of organized SMEs. So this is a very good facility, common facility, support as you know. They are organized in number 5 or 10 as a cooperative together. There is a facility they use under that one. So we try to replicate this one to our another cities like Mojo.
As an organization that is promoting an inclusive and sustainable development, industrial development, of course, we are very happy that one of the pillars of this homegrown economy reform is industry and manufacturing, because it is important, the value additions. You see, it is important because it is also creating food sustainability within the country itself. You are the second largest also populated country, it's not only by exporting, but it is good that you are creating opportunities for your local manufacturer to produce locally, so that you become independent. You see, we have seen that you have very good example from the agriculture sector. You have important initiative like the Limatturefat initiative, and also you have this green legacy that is, and also this vision of Medmamer, you need to continue, and I think manufacturing will create the necessary wealth for the Ethiopian people.
I think similar to the laser sector, we are supporting. You see, UNIDO is also engaged in supporting the government of Ethiopia as a country, to benefit from its, very immense, agricultural potential. Ethiopia is a very big country, that, but we are not really, really reaping, the endowment, we are having. We are not benefiting from that yet. But I think, things are changing, as you know. So UNIDO, is working with the government of Ethiopia in promoting agro-food processing in this country. So in that process, we have been able to support the establishment of 4 integrated agro-industrial parks. So this is in 4 different regions. That means, the objective of this parks is, to create, the whole value chain within the country. In doing so, we can benefit to the maximum, to create jobs, along the value chain. You see, so instead of sending, exporting, raw commodities, we are adding value locally, creating jobs along the value chain. It's not a very sophisticated value chain. It's agro-food value chain, as you know, is not really that sophisticated. We can establish a whole value chain locally. That is the whole purpose. We are demonstrating that in Yirgalem, in Sidama region. We are demonstrating in Bulbula, Oromia region. We are demonstrating that again in Amhara, Bure region. So we are, we are doing that. I think it's achievable. The signs are very positive. We hope, to have all these integrated agro-industrial parks to become fully operational in a very short time by attracting, enough investment volume into the country.
UNIDO also expressed its commitment to continue its technical support to help Ethiopia's prosperity journey through its different programs so as to reinvigorate the laser industry for the sector's sustainable growth.
Your commitment to inclusive and sustainable industrial development aligns perfectly with our vision for a prosperous Ethiopia, Oromia, as well as Mojo City. Your belief in our people's potential is a testament, or it is a clear evidence to the power of global solidarity. We plan to utilize these resources, especially, we take responsibility, ensuring they create a lasting impact for generations to come.
My colleagues and those who are continuing working here, we are planning to develop a new program, a second phase of this program for country partnership that is looking at supporting manufacturing sector, but also new areas like digitalization, like there is a center of excellence that is looking at different sectors, very closely managed by the Ministry of Industry, and we have also creative hubs being established not only in Addis Abeba, but we are a new one coming up in Jimma. So my organization is going to continue what it has been done in the past, in close cooperation with the government of Ethiopia. We should not forget that we are facilitator. The development is not with the UN or other development partners. The development is in your hand. It depends very much on what you people are willing to do, and of course we will be here to support the government of Ethiopia in its achievement of its development goals.
We are providing support. We cannot substitute the private sector. We cannot substitute the government. See, at one point, we will have to pull out. So we don't want that, beneficiaries become dependent of UNIDO support. So our support should catalyze to help them, to take off, and then we need to pull out, you see. So the sustainability aspect is related to our exit strategy. When we exit from this project, we will have to make sure that the project or the achievements become consolidated, and the companies will remain viable and sustainable. That is UNIDO's. That is why I said, at the beginning, our mandate is inclusive, promoting inclusive and sustainable industrial development. Inclusiveness for the job creation, for benefiting, at least, quite, wide range of, the population, or in wide sector of the population, and also to make sure that it becomes sustainable and the businesses can continue by their own once the project comes to an end.